First, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, and Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles, a great millstone that rule with honor and with diligence. Honor to you, brothers out there, pushing this truth and love and sincerity to wake up the elect. Peace be to the elect and those that change according to the word, calling on the names of Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, in time of trouble. Say, peace be unto you. May the Lord have mercy on you in these evil times that we're living in. To you brothers and you Akim, you Akwath, that sincerely believe in Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi. May the Lord bless and keep you and your families in these evil times. Yeah, I just want to put this out there. If you haven't accomplished and strengthened your faith, or accomplished having unmovable faith in Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, you haven't accomplished anything. And the Lord can't stand an unbeliever. The Lord despises unbelievers. Either you can have all the breakdowns, all the knowledge of the scriptures. You can have, you can be a scriptural Gensu knight, but if you don't have faith, you don't have nothing. The hugest part of the scriptures is applying them to yourself. And a lot of people don't understand that the Lord is going to require of us to believe in him. The Lord is going to put us in situations to see if we trust him with our life. The Lord is going to put us and our families in a situation to see if we're going what's the word? If we're going to overcome. The Lord's going to put us in hard situations to see if we're going to overcome those situations. To see if we're built up. To see if we really believe the things that we say, So you got to be built and rooted up in this truth, man. You got to have unmovable faith in Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi in the times ahead. It's about to get real uncomfortable. And I know we say that, it's beautiful. If the Lord bless you and give you spiritual power and you don't get touched, that's wonderful. That'll be excellent. But that's not going to be everybody's lot. Some people are going to be put in very hard situations and they got to have unwavering faith. And these mental battles, these continuous mental battles that we have are to fortify our minds, or to strengthen us, to temper us, and make us harder, to make us more stoic. Like if you trust hard on something, that means you're unbreakable, you're unmovable on that particular thing. And we have to have unmovable faith, to be in the Lord's, stay in the Lord's good graces. We have to have unmovable faith to be chosen of Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, man. You can be Mr. Get me such and such, and get me such and such. But if at the end of the day, man, when shit get hard out here, if you don't believe, man, that's your ass. You understand? Because a lot of people claim, well, I believe in the Lord and he heard my cry. but when shit get hard, a lot of people gonna come in Job's wife's spirit. Why don't you curse God and die? But us that are the true believers in Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, we're going to stand firm. And we're going to trust him to the very end, man. Hey, the scriptures say, be faithful I mean, what is it? Be thou faithful unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. That means that you might be put in a situation where it look like you ain't gonna make it. You might be put in a situation where it look like you, they about to off you. Okay, what are you doing? You know, you may be put in situations where, you know, people that's close to you, family members, pass away. You know, you may be in a situation where you just you lose everything. You know, at the end of the day, regardless of what we have in this life or what we lose, we still gotta trust in Yahawashi. You still gotta hold the line, man. You know? Because we can talk shit all day about, you know, yeah, trust Yahawashi, you know. You know, you can say that. You can say that, you know, till you blue in the face. But only time will tell. You know, only time will tell who is a true believer in the Lord, man. Who's a true believer in Yahawashi. Only time will tell. You know? So, man, you know, the most important thing is being a believer. The most important thing is understanding that, you know, society as a whole may turn on you. You know, you may lose everything. Are you going to get weak? Are you going to turn your back on the Lord? Or are you going to say, well, hey, though he slay me, yet will I trust him? Are you going to have the same faith, you know, as you know, our forefathers, our ancestors back in the day? You going to have the same faith as they did? Or are you going to get weak? Are you going to say, well, I'm tired of suffering? Are you going to see that the Lord is going to test us to see if the Lord is going to test us to see if we're sincere. The Lord's going to try us. He's going to these times that we're coming into, we're going to be put in hard situations. You know, some of us going to be put in situations where we're going to face death. Some of us going to be put in situations where, you know, you haven't ate in 2 days. You know, you may be put in situations where your kids are hungry. And they looking at you, Mama, Papa, what are we going to eat? And you still got to stand firm. You know? Because the Lord, man, it ain't nothing for the Lord to change that situation. If you believe in him, man. Because times that are coming, and these times to come, things are going to seem bleak. Things are going to seem like, you know, it's going to seem as if, you know, the Lord ain't with us sometimes. You know? But is it the Lord's job to prove that he's with us, or is it our job to prove that we're with him? And when you ask yourself that question, you know, you got to understand that you got to endure all things. Hey, the apostles was like, oh, we've given up all. So what shall we receive? You know, and you got to come on with that same mind, to willing to give up everything, willing to lose everything, to stay faithful to Yahawashi, man. Because whether you know it or not, man, things are moving fast. And that's a good thing. That means that the Lord is hearing our prayers. Things are moving fast because the Lord is hearing us, man. And the Lord is moving things quickly, man. Like, you know, I almost teared up when they start bombing, when Iran and Israel was bombing each other. I was like, damn, man, we so fucking close, man. You got to be more sick of living in this world than the things you're about to endure. This devil grab you up, yeah, we're gonna kill you. Like, what can you do to me that you haven't already done? What else can you do to me? You know, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go out to go out on your shield, man. You know, of course, y'all know I'm driving. I can't really give scriptures. Well, you know, hey, the water that brother Kazak always come through. Hey, shalom, brother. You know, and all you brothers and sisters on the comment board, shalom to all of y'all, man. But, you know, hey, you got to be willing to endure this thing to the end, man. Built up in your own mind, man. Hey, man, like... You know, Apostle Taha said it earlier, he said it so quick. He said, man, brother's got to be willing to die for this. And then he went on to the next topic. Because that's the mindset of a man whose mind is made up. I ain't got to talk about that too much because my mind is made up. You know? Because these tests, when they come, man, you know, it's not going to be pretty, man, but the Lord's gonna make a way of escape. Hey, that's why we got prayer. The Lord's gonna make a way of escape, man. You got to do a lot of considering the things that the Lord brought you through. You know? I remember years back, man, I had the 1-9. I got sick, man. I had what they call long COVID. Well, I was sick every day. I was vomiting up mucus. You know, well, I ain't go to no hospital. You know, I ain't. You know, I ain't going to no ventilator. I ain't lose faith in Yahawashi, man, because I know what I've been through. I know what the Lord delivered me from, man. You know what I did? I sat in my house and I prayed, and I took herbs and I prayed and I prayed and I took herbs and I took herbs and I prayed. Until that shit got up off me. And then eventually the Lord delivered me, man. You know? It was times where, it's been a bunch of times in this truth where I say, well, Lord, if you decide to take me, then here I am. And the Lord delivered me. Because, I was willing, you know, I was willing to die. Hey, Salakia, Lord, if I offended, Salakia. But if you want to take my life, it's in your hands. You know? It seems like when you, you know, when you really put your life in the Lord's hands, that's the greatest show of faith. Like when you feel like you about to give up the ghost, and you say, hey, well, Lord, I hope you was pleased with my works here, but hey, if you're gonna take me, I'm in your hands. It seems like that's when the Lord deliver you, because you showed the Lord that, you know, that you trusted Him. You showed the Lord that you was, you know, you was faithful unto death. You know, a lot of us going to be faithful unto death, and the Lord's going to deliver us. And you're going to be facing death. And at the last minute, the Lord's going to snap you out of that situation. The Lord's just going to see if your faith remains. That's why the scriptures speak about the true believers. You know, the Lord wants to see if your faith is going to remain intact. If you're going to trust Him with your life. If you're going to trust Him regardless of what situation you're facing. Or is you going to turn your back and be spineless and just, well, Lord, I give up. Because you ain't doing it fast enough. You know? We're gonna be putting situations, man, where our faith is going to have to shine through. You know? And hey man, may Yahawashi Yahawashi be with you all, man, those times, man, because they're coming fast. Hey, these little proxy wars that's going on right now between the countries that we've been saying for years are going to go at it. We've been saying, I've been in the truth, what? Me and Elder Yash, at the end of this year, it'll be 19 years. Well, for him it'll be 19 years this summer, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Or probably in the next couple of months. You know? I didn't come this far to lose, man. I ain't come this far to turn my back on the Lord. My mind is made up, man. And can't nobody change what I believe. Can't nobody change how I feel about Yahawashi Yahawashi, man. I know where salvation comes from. I know who's the power of the universe, man. You know, I'm just grateful to be an Israelite, man. I'm grateful the Lord put the Spirit on me to want to do this work, man. You know? And for that, man, I owe the Lord my life. The Lord, if the Lord chose to take me, then so be it. I owe him that much. But if I live, I owe the Lord to remain faithful to the end. And as we all. You know? So stay faithful, man. Fuck all this little shit we going through, man. Sometimes you got to shake yourself. Be like, this ain't nothing, man. The Lord could deliver me today if he wanted to. The Lord can deliver me tomorrow. The Lord can deliver me right now. These are all tests to see if you've been strengthened up in the faith. You know? So that's pretty much it, man. Hey, with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawashi Yahawashi, Bashim Kakodashi, double honors to our apostles, honors to you brothers out there pushing the word, sincerity and truth. And but may the Spirit continue to bless and keep you all. Shalom.